Hey guys, Kyle with HOGWORKZ. You asked and we listened. We are extremely excited to introduce our performance LED headlight for the Low Rider ST models. That's right, this light is going to fit Low Rider ST models 22 to current. It is a direct plug and play headlight backed by our lifetime warranty and is the brightest light that we have offered to date. The version I have here is our silver tooth headlight. This is going to be a bright white headlight. We also have the gold tooth version as well as an option. This kit is going to obviously include the headlight, the brackets, and all the hardware required to get this on your machine. This is a fairly simple installation and is going to turn your Low Rider ST into a badass ride. Here today with Al, we're going to jump over with him and get this installed on the bike behind me. So let's get to it.
Here are the tools that you're going to need for the job. You're going to need a T25 Torx bit, a T27 Torx bit, a 3/16 drill, a 10mm wrench, a Phillips screwdriver, and then also a 7/16 socket. So the first thing we'll want to do is go ahead and remove either your OEM light or your aftermarket headlight. We've got our 5 3/4 halo maker in here right now. So whether you have the OEM or an aftermarket, the headlight will come out of the fairing the same. So we're going to remove the trim ring. All you have to do is just push in a little bit on it and turn it counterclockwise. And that pops right off. And then using a T25 Torx bit, you're going to remove the 3 screws. There's one here, one there, and one down here. And the whole headlight's going to come right off the fairing. You want to keep those 3 screws because you're going to use those to remount the new performance light bracket. And we'll go ahead and pull the headlight assembly out and disconnect it. And then go ahead and set this off to the side. All right, so once you have the headlight assembly out, we're gonna go ahead and remove the windshield. It's gonna be done with a T27 Torx bit, and there's 6 screws that hold it on. And once you have the 6 screws out, you can go ahead and remove the windshield. So then we're gonna go ahead and start to remove the front fairing. We'll wanna remove these air deflectors, one on each side. Again, T27 Torx bit. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and remove these other 4 fairing screws. If you do have the bike on the ground, you can turn the handlebars. It makes it a little easier to get to the lower ones. Ours is on the stand. All you really need, if it is on the stand or in a wheel chuck, is a little extension for your drill. So we'll go ahead and remove those now. And then when you remove this last one, you just want to make sure you have the front fairing braced. So now we're gonna pull the front fairing off, and you want to go ahead and set this on a table so we can mount our performance light in there. So now we're ready to install the new bracket on the fairing. So it's a little bit easier if you take the fairing and go ahead and flip it upright like this. And then what you want to do is take the fairing mount, put it over here. You want to line these 3 holes up, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to go ahead and reuse the 3 OEM T25 screws that were holding the original headlight assembly in. So we're going to go ahead and put those in 1, 2, 3 places. Once you have those done, what you're going to do is you're going to use this fairing mount as a template, and you need to drill a 4th hole with a 3/16 drill bit in this spot here. Now, as you can see, we already have our hole here drilled. That's just because during the R&D process, I had to drill out the fairing to make sure everything fit right. So we already have our hole drilled, so we can go ahead and install our screw and lock nut and washer through this 4th hole. So with the screw provided, washer and nut, what you want to do is go ahead and put the screw through the hole you drilled, and then on the back side you'll want to put your washer and lock nut, and then with the Phillips screwdriver and 10mm wrench. Go ahead and tighten it down. And the next step is going to be mounting the headlight assembly into the fairing mount. So we got our light here. You want to make sure that you orientate it the correct way. And that is going to be with the plug cord facing down. So we'll go ahead and put this through here. Line up these four. And then now on the underside here, with our 7/16 wrench, we can put our washers and lock nuts on. With your washer and lock nut, go ahead and install those on the 4 studs. So before you go ahead and tighten everything down, you want to just go ahead and make sure that the light's aligned. And that looks pretty good there. So we go ahead with our 7/16 wrench and tighten these down from the back side. All right, once you have everything tightened down, go ahead and install the adapter harness. So right now what we want to do is make our connection. Go ahead and make our connection. Tuck this wiring up inside here as we put the fairing on. And what we're going to do is, with the T27, we're going to go ahead and put the fairing screws back in. 3 on this side, 3 on the other side. The last 2 screws that hold the fairing on are the ones that hold the wind protectors on. Go ahead and put one of those on each side. All right, so we got the fairing back on. Now the last thing is going to be to put the windshield back on. Again, T27, 6 screws, hold it on. All right, so we'll go ahead and give it a test. Like we got the halo and low beam and high beam.